Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to take a little time to talk about this book. It's Disney's Dream Collection with lovely Thomas Kinkade. Well, paintings, I guess. Already gotten started in this book, so I'm just gonna finish a page first before doing a color and chat with it. As you see, I've already done quite a lot on this page, so I'll probably not really be doing a lot of coloring chatty things with this, but I am going to color it because we're here anyways. I will be doing coloring chats with this book, which will probably be the next page, because I can never really decide. Now this is just a precaution. I don't know if you can see it. See, with alcohol markers, I'm already used to putting paper behind the page that I'm working on, but I don't know if you can see it. But like right here, I can see the beam from this page. Just move the book a little. So this beam right here, I can actually see on here. Now I've already learned that, working with paper, every now and then, you kind of want to, I guess it's burnishing. And of course, that is also going to leave dents on the next page. So often I'd be thinking, well, it's just pencil, it's not going to bleed through. But, you are pushing on this paper, which might affect coloring on the next one. And then I noticed that when I put that paper behind it, the color on that, well, I guess the preview or the Thomas Kinkade version, basically, well, it was just, it's on here now. Now that could just be me applying a lot of pressure, because I don't know if you can see Mickey right there. I can. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but so I guess I would suggest just putting some paper behind it. I mean, this was A4, I just cut it to the right size. I mean, I don't really get bothered by the paper because it's the right size, so I don't really get stuck on it. I mean, there's these little corners here, but yeah. I just like to, basically when I put that behind it, I figured I'd rather put it there and not need it than not have put it there and find out that I did need it. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of the things that I've already done, but it's taken forever, and I'm like really looking forward to sort of doing something with this. It's just I also know that it takes a lot of time and a lot of sharpening. So I guess this is also a bit of a test run for the actual color and chat. And I'm not sure if people actually want to see me color this. Well, I mean, maybe this, but I can not really start again. So, I mean, we're too late for that. And so far, I have only really been coloring with my markers. I got this book, well, just call it the first week of January. And, I have been coloring all that, clearly. But then at some point I started doing drawing, because, well, why not? I'm easily distracted, I guess. Find something new to try, and I try it, and then I figured, I will get back to this, because I do, generally speaking, finish my pages. So that means that if I do start a color and chat in this book, then, I might not be finishing the picture in 1 week. Might actually take a little bit, but you know, eventually I will be finishing it. Won't take me a year. You know, I will keep reminding myself that, you know, I started something and I should finish it. This is such a fiddly bit. Wow. I have noticed in previous coloring chats that sometimes talking and coloring is just, yeah, I don't know. Might also take some getting used to. Because, I mean, normally I just color and I probably do talk to myself and the cats, but that is different. I mean, the cat doesn't really care if all of a sudden I just stop talking, and then when I continue talking, we're at an entirely different subject. I mean, he's a cat. He does not care. As long as I talk, he's happy. Or maybe not. Can't really ask him, but these books, they do require focus. Well, for me, guess it does depend on how you want to color it. Now, I want to make it accessible. I've only been coloring for about a year and a half. I think it's exactly a year and a half, but because I started in September 2020, it is March now, early March, so I guess that puts me on a year and a half. So I might not be the all-knowing colorist, but, you know, generally speaking, I do get some form of result. So I guess I just want to try and, I don't know, maybe encourage people to color this book, because the one thing you read is people have the book, but they're just so intimidated by it. And I thought, you know, I can color kind of okay. I mean, I think I mentioned that before too in a video, that, you know, I don't really have an opinion about that. I mean, it's like, okay, you know, I'm happy with the result. I guess that's more a way to put it, you know. I am happy with the result. It's just with this book, the result that I want is on this page. And, you know, you can't do that. Because one, this wasn't line art, this is a painting, so it's done with paint. This is pencil, and the lines are definitely not an exact match. But, you know, it's close enough to color. But still, you know, I guess that's the thing about these books. You want to get it as close to that left page as you can possibly get it. Which still means that for everyone it's a different result. But over time, I think I've noticed that I have weird techniques, maybe. You know, do things a lot different. So it's like I don't necessarily know what I'm doing, but, you know, I am getting results. Which is kind of why I just want to share it. I thought I would do a little coloring chat in this book, because a lot of people have it, but, you know, maybe it helps if you color along. It's just the problem with that is I use multiple sets. I'm using currently the Pablos, but for a lot of green, I'll just grab a green one. I seem to prefer, wow, the lighting is just great on this. Let me just, well, anyways, yeah, you can't see. Well, the Faber-Castell, basically, the invisible Faber-Castell. And that's, I guess, what I've noticed with a lot of color and chat and or color along. I just want to make it accessible for everyone. So for that next page, I'll probably will be naming the colors that I use up front, because like in the middle you are changing between colors an insane amount of time. Well, I am anyways. So while changing back and forth, I'm pretty sure that some of the time I can remember to name the pencil that I'm using. But also it's like with the lighting that I have, and for some reason they thought it would be smart to use gold. Yeah, but both Polly and the Pablo have that gold, so I probably don't even have the patience to figure out what color I'm using, because you can't really read it. It's like you gotta hold it a certain way, and I don't know. I didn't buy them for the letters that are on them. If anything, I would avoid them just because of that gold. But that's just, these are good pencils. But I've seen in other, I guess, color alongs that sometimes one of the comments is actually like, well, too bad you didn't use this or that brand, because I don't have what you're using. So when I'm gonna record my color in chat / color along, I will be naming it. Maybe not while coloring, but up front. Like these are the colors I'm going to use for, well, the blue flowers. But I'll be switching between pencils while coloring so many times that I'm guaranteed to just forget half the time to name what I'm using. Because, it's kind of like a natural process to put one down and grab the other and just continue coloring. Especially when, it's kind of hard to read what's on there. So that's why I might not bother, but I will probably name the colors. I will probably, if I have 4 colors, I'll just name them 1, 2, 3, where maybe 1 is the darkest one, and so on and so forth. But I want to make it so that it doesn't really matter what brand of pencils you have or don't have. I just want to make it accessible to everyone. So whether you have a fancy set of pencils or just a cheaper set, again, I will be naming what I'm using, like the numbers, but I'm pretty sure not everyone who watches these videos have the exact same materials that I have. So I guess it would be better to either describe the color or maybe even show them on the swatches, kind of give the idea of what color it is, so that if you have a different set, you can kind of figure it out that way. Although basically what I'm doing on this, like with the blues, you just kind of put that card next to it and figure out your colors and pick the one that's closest. But as you can see, I just did these little flowers, and that took me well over 10 minutes. So I guess that is also kind of a heads up that, these pictures, they take a lot of time. But I'm just seeing so many people kind of struggle with them or be intimidated by them that I just want to, I don't know, if I can help them, that's good, I think. I don't exactly qualify as the best person to tell others how to color, because, you know, again, I've been doing this for like a year and a half. So I might be doing things with the pencils where professionals are looking, are like, Dodo, what are you doing? Or maybe even professionals are looking like, oh, well, guess you can do it like that too. But anyways, I guess this was just a little like a announcement. Let's put these back. I'm done with these. Just now put these to the side. Guess just wanted to give people the heads up that, you know, I will be using these for color and chat. Well, not this exact page, but the next page. So I guess if anyone has very general questions, you know, you can just drop them below in the comments. And then maybe I can just include them in that color and chat. I still have to do some editing on previous color and chats because I really got behind on that too. You know, I just really want to make sure that I filter out annoying noises. So that will take a bit of time. But I just really wanted to sort of share what I'm about to do. Although I'm not sure how long the rest of this page will take me. And that is the annoying sound of my sharpener, which I may have to edit out as well. Just create a little silent moment, I guess. But yeah, I guess this is just me announcing that I will be coloring the Thomas Kinkade Disney coloring pages for color and chat as well. I mean, as much fun as my alcohol markers are, I guess I am more into coloring pencils. So I really felt that need to kind of go back to that. And I thought, why not just see if I can make a color and chat with my pencils as well. And maybe, you know, just show people how I do it, which is not necessarily the way to do it, but it's my way. So for me, it's the way. Because I always feel like, you know, you should kind of color in a way that fits you. Because I may have mentioned this before too, that, you know, I have tried doing things the way people say they should be done. But then I just seem to go back to default settings, I call them. And I end up doing my things my way anyways, so. But, you know, one of the biggest challenges I think with these books is not necessarily even the coloring in it, but the coloring and chatting. Because it does take a little bit of focus. Because, I mean, when I have to focus on coloring, but next to the coloring, I always also want to keep my attention on that reference picture. So there's going to be a lot going on. But yeah, I guess this is just me announcing that I'll be coloring these pictures and asking any of my viewers that, you know, if you have a question for me for that next video, then, you know, just drop them in the comments and, you know, I'll see if I can answer. And as people might be noticing, I have been whiting out the lines. I'm not sure if I want to keep doing that for the next one. For the whiting out, I used just a pit artist brush which is just basically India ink in a pen. So I suppose you could just use ink and a brush as well. And I mostly did that on the greens too, because on the one hand, there's a lot of dark spots in here. But on the other, I have noticed in other books that just going over that with green is just kind of make it look better somehow. I mean, I really like how this area turned out. And if I hadn't whited out the lines, I wouldn't have gotten that result, because I don't know if you can see that in the reference, but it is rather dark. And I do feel like I got sort of close to it. I mean, the flower colors and that, I mean, it's not an exact copy. But, I mean, right here you have these pink things going up. And, I mean, here it's just, I got a few blobs, but it's just not an exact copy. So, you do have to use a little bit of your own creativity, which is how I hope I can also kind of help people who have this book. Like, if you really have no idea what to do with this section, well, you could just join me on a page and hope that I have an answer that also suits for your picture, because, I will keep saying it, you gotta color the way you color. You be you. If I can help you get on your way of being you, then I'm all for it, but I would encourage people not to try too hard to copy other people. But anyways, this was a long incoherent announcement. Guess I haven't been coloring and chatting for a bit, so kind of have to make up for that void in my life. But, I also thought showing you all this picture and how I'm doing that, you can kind of already, guess you can decide for yourself if you want to watch that next video. I mean, again, I still have some editing to do on others, which is, well, it's a lot of work. I mean, I do color and chats of about an hour, because I want certain things to get done. So that'll be for the next page too. If up front I kind of decided that I want to do like Mickey and Minnie or something, then that's what I'm going to do. And if that takes an hour, then good. That's all we're going to do. If it takes a little longer than an hour, then, well, then it's going to take a little longer than an hour. Now, if it's going to take 3 to 5 hours, then I'm definitely going to call it quits somewhere halfway. But, I will kind of try and stick to the plan. But I have noticed with these things, it's kind of hard to predict how long something is going to take. I mean, these rocks alone, I mean, that took an insane amount of time, which is very much on me, because, well, I am still figuring out pencils and the paper, and I have maybe, made it harder on myself with that little ink, but, well, anyways, just a heads up that I will start coloring the next page as soon as I'm done with this one. So if you do want to be around for that, just, make sure to subscribe and put on your notifications. And of course, I would really appreciate a like on this one, because I like it. Do you like it? I mean, do let me know if you like it. And well, I guess that's it for today. So after some editing and color and chatting, the new videos will pop up on my channel, and we'll get to the next page. We'll tackle it together. So for now, everyone, just have a good one, and I hope to see you all later.